Hey there, my name's Dr. D. Bonney. I'm the owner and medical director of Alpha Omega Elevation and Wellness. Have you ever woke up in the morning and you didn't feel great and you felt a little achy and kind of sluggish, and then it hits, right? You suddenly start feeling more achy, your energy plummets, and you get cold and you start shivering and shaking, and you're like, what's going on? And then you realize, oh no, I have a fever. So let's chat for a couple minutes about fever. Let's talk about fever, first of all, 2019 and before, pre COVID, right? Because COVID, let's agree, that jacked up everything. But fever, what happens in our body when we have a fever is the body senses that it's under attack from a virus or a bacteria. There are other things, non infectious, that can cause fever. Really, those are the only things, the non infectious causes, that can actually like fry your brain, as you heard, actually be harmful. Fever doesn't harm the brain and in and of itself isn't harmful. But what's happening? What's happening is this thermostat in our brain, in the hypothalamus, says, hey, I'm not supposed to be at 98.6. I'm supposed to be at 101.7. So what's our body do? It creates heat, energy, to get us up to that new thermostat setting. Just like you have in your home when you dial up the heat from 67 to 72. So your body starts generating heat. How does it do that? It does that in a form of shivering, and goosebumps are going to be sort of the main thing, and getting under the covers. So what's happening is our body's like, oh my gosh, suddenly I'm cold because I should be at 101.7 and I'm not there. So we shiver and shake, we get goosebumps, we get under the covers until our temperature's up at that new normal. So how do we treat that? Well, we can take Tylenol and we can take ibuprofen. Get this will blow your mind. You can take them at the same time. Their mechanisms of action are different and their side effect profiles are different. Now, if you have stomach issues or kidney issues, talk to your doctor about ibuprofen. If you have issues with your liver, discuss Tylenol. But in general, if you're healthy, you can take Tylenol and you can take ibuprofen, and you can take them at the same time. So what those drugs do is they reset that thermostat in the brain. So now the brain says, wait a minute, it's way too hot in here. I shouldn't be at 101.7. I'm supposed to be at 98.6. When the Tylenol and ibuprofen kicks in, what's your body do? Well, the goosebumps go away, you stop shivering, and you start sweating, just like if you were out in the sun and your body needed to cool off. And that's why we sort of get this up and down with the temperature. The body's responding to the infection, the temperature goes up, and then we hopefully take something to help bring that down so that we feel better. And the fever breaks and we start sweating and our body gets back to a normal temperature. Now, with COVID, in the time of COVID, all that changes. Yes, the fever's still the same, and there's fevers caused by non-COVID viruses and other and bacteria, or it could be COVID. The fever part of that is still the same. The fever itself isn't harmful. It's just alerting us to the fact that there's something going on. It's an attention grabber, kind of like me. So in the times of COVID, though, everything around the fever changes, because now you might be in a situation where you have to get a rapid COVID test or a PCR test to make sure you don't have COVID. You probably need to distance yourself from people while you're sick. We should really be doing that anyway. And you probably need to wait for a period of quarantine, either until after the COVID test comes back and is negative, or if you have COVID, longer period depending on your circumstances, whether that's 7, 10, 14 days. It's kind of a moving target, right? But the fever part is still the same. Temperature goes up because our brain resets the thermostat. There's some thought that our brain does that because we can survive at 101.7, but the bacteria or virus maybe struggles with that. In general, no one's proven that you get better faster if you don't treat a fever, and fevers make us feel horrible. So I'm a proponent of treating it. When I get sick with fever, I take some Tylenol and I take some ibuprofen and I rest and I try to distance myself from other people so that I don't get that sick. So hopefully you have a relationship with your doctor where you can just get on your phone and text him or her and get some direction for what you should do for your fever. If you don't, that is something that we offer at our office. Come check out our website, alphaomegaelevation.com. We do subscription-based healthcare, kind of like a Netflix subscription, and we'd love the opportunity to take care of you if you don't have that in your life right now. Thanks, guys. I love you. I hope this helps. Stay fever-free.